I just choose to be glad anyway. That's what I want my mood to be. Where I set my mind. I was listening to an audio book, just some of it, but I listened to this audio book so many times. But I just popped it on my YouTube this morning. It's called "As a Man Thinketh" by James Allen, and I don't even know how many times I listened to that audio book, but it just really breaks down how powerful our thoughts are. And I really don't think that we give credit to the fact that our that the things that go through our mind on a regular basis, it holds much weight. Like, your thoughts are powerful. You will begin to live and be the things that you think. We have to be mindful of the thoughts that go through our mind on the moment to moment basis. Be mindful of the way that you think about yourself. You don't want to just think any old kind of way and don't nobody know what's going through my head but me. But you will begin to look like that. You will begin to, if you are doubting yourself and, constantly criticizing yourself and all of those type of things, and telling yourself what you can't do and feeding yourself a whole bunch of excuses and all that kind of stuff, it will become your reality, and you will look like it. You will begin to live it. You will put a halt on your growth and your progress in life, and it will become obvious. Some people think, nobody knows the thought that goes through a person's head, but those things absolutely manifest. This is basically what I'm trying to say. We have to be very mindful of the things that we allow to go through our mind on a regular basis, because they will become our reality. So yeah, I was listening to James Allen this morning, and I absolutely love listening to that audio book. And I listen to them multiple times, because sometimes I get something that maybe I didn't catch the first few times, and it is all a lesson to me. I want to live these things. When I get into educational things, whether it be motivational speaking, financial literacy books, or, reading books or listening to audio books and all that kind of stuff, even if it's something that I read in the Bible, I'm telling you, it is people out here who can quote the Bible back to front, and they don't live a single word of what they quote, and all they know is it sound good coming out their mouth. And I be like, shh, please just stop. Just stop, because you have said it a million times, and we know you know that scripture by heart, but you ain't living not a single word of it. Like, you still suffering with the same thing that you've been suffering with 5 years ago, and that ain't what the Bible say. that just, you ain't living it. So I listen, I'm not here to be judgmental, but if you are going to quote the Bible, then live it. Don't be around here acting like you something that you not, and it's a whole lot of that going around. But anyway, happy Friday. I am just popping on really, really quickly. I do want to talk about my Happy New You challenge. I don't know who decided to jump in and join in on the Happy New You challenge, but writing down what you want your future to look like is so important anyway. Put it in writing. Just write it down, manifest those things, get it out of your head as just the idea that is going through your head. Write it down on a piece of paper, and try to make it your goal. I was looking up a technique. It was a long time ago, but I know exactly what it was. It was a technique, and it was very effective in accomplishing goals, and many people became successful using this technique. And this is what it was. They wrote down one large major goal. It could be whatever you want it to be, as big as you want it to be, and then they wrote down 20 ways to moving towards accomplishing that goal. And so many people have attested to using that technique into accomplishing major goals and to making their life out what they want it to be. And I really just wanted to throw that out there to you guys. But I went to the Odunde festival with my children, my family, my sister, my nieces met me down there, and it was absolutely amazing. And that is something traditionally my father would take my twin sister and I to the Odunde festival. Oh my goodness, probably since before I can remember. So that is a Philly tradition, and once I begin to take my children, like I forgot about it. Like I'm in the midst of, everything that is going on in my life, and my kids was like, "Mom, a Doom Day is coming up," and I was like, "Is it when?" I was like, "All right, come on." So I had to stop, drop, and I'm like, I had to think about the fact that that is something that my father always did for us, and my children love it now. And I believe that I looked into the meaning of what Odun Day was, but during one of the performances, it was African dances. It was just truly touching and amazing. I hate crying, but I think I almost cried like 5 times at the Odun Day festival, because that is just how touching the whole experience was. And sister got up on stage and she said Odunde means Happy New Year. And I was like, what? Oh my goodness. And I was like, wow. And it just really made me think about, me starting this Happy New You challenge. And I really want us to think of, and us being in the 6th month of the year, and it being 6 months, and literally until a whole new year comes in. If we can just try to alter our thoughts into thinking of this 6th month of the year as it literally being New Year's. So I believe that they celebrate Odun Day, the 6th month of the year, for a reason. I don't know. I just got so much out of that. I was like just on an emotional roller coaster at that Adune Day festival. I mean, the whole experience was truly amazing for me this year. And yeah, I just really wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know who is anticipating seeing drastic or minor changes in their lives, but it is a perfect opportunity right now to jump in and join in on my Happy New You challenge. I am joining them on my Happy New You challenge. Every year I'm going to include myself. I'm going to continue to introduce this Happy New You challenge. By all means, it's totally up to you whether you want to join in on the Happy New You challenge or not, but I am in it too. So I am coming to the end of my 30-day consistency challenge that my twin sister and I were doing. Is over on the 19th, and I believe that I did really well with being consistent, more consistent. I'm seeing a change in myself just with that little baby step. And you're doing that thing for 2 minutes, and you're like, well, if I can do it for 2 minutes, I can do it for 30 minutes. And sometimes I'll do a little longer than 2 minutes, but sometimes I'm like, I'm going to do it for 2 minutes, because as long as I'm doing it, it's just teaching me how to be consistent. And that is something that a lot of us struggle with is, we start something and we are not consistent with it. And sometimes it can be something that, that is very important to our health or our life, or whatever we want our life and our future to look like, and we keep just like doubling back to the same old bad habits and old ways and old people and old thinking, and suffering, depression, and then just falling back into the same slippery slope that that you have been struggling with for way too long. I see it in people that I am close with, that I love dearly, and I see it, with people just in general that that I just come and encounter with, on the regular basis. A lot of people have been suffering for a very long time, and sometimes it's with the same thing. So I am just really so glad that that God is using me for His work, even by me going out and spreading my motivational messages. I had an amazing time with self-compassion on Wednesday. It was it really did something for me to share the message on self-compassion with you guys. But let me tell you, when I went out and did the same message that I shared with you guys, so that's how I do it on Wednesdays. I bring it to you first and then I take it out to the streets. So I talk to people in my neighborhood. Some people have been on drugs or probably experiencing homelessness or whatever. And I believe that it's important to uplift the neighborhood that you live in, period. Anyway, you have to live there. Your children have to live there. You don't want no drunk driver, riding down the street and all that kind of stuff. And one of your kids is out there on the road, and then we mad because these things are going on in our neighborhood. But what are you doing to help make the change? If you know that you and your family have to live in that neighborhood, you should be doing something to try to contribute to helping make the change in some way, shape, or form. So that is how I give back to my community. I go out and I go to a lot of resource centers here in Dover, and I talk to the people. And oh my gosh, it's just getting better and better and better. I really had hopes of going into the prison system. And it's so crazy because like all last year I called to prisons like near and far, and I'm like, hey, I'm a motivational speaker. I send them my information and all this kind of stuff, and they were like, so like and who are you and what are you going to be talking to the incarcerated people about? And try to go and talk to the kids first, and then maybe we'll let you come into the adult prisons. And I'm like, all right, let me just back up off of this for a minute, because it became very frustrating. And then ultimately, I don't even think it was my twin sister's goal to become a correctional officer. She was aiming to do other things, and it just so happened that that opportunity was presented to her, and now she's inside of the prison system. I was like, wow. Like, I asked God all last year to let me inside the prison system, so that really blessed me to see her be inside of the prison system, and she is in there like just doing her thing, bringing her her own authenticity. She is a correctional officer. She's there to do her job. But I was like, wow, I asked the Lord to get me inside the prison system. I guess he got half of me up in there, but I am going to continue to try to get inside the prison system. But I am grateful to see my twin up in there doing her thing. But even with me just going out into my community, self-compassion blessed me so much on Wednesday. Like, they almost had me in tears. They was like, wow. I come to you guys with different messages all the time, and self-compassion is something that I spoke about, I want to say maybe about a month ago, but so many other different things came in between, and I had to really deliver those messages and get them off my chest. And then I was like, all right, I got to get back to this self-compassion thing. And it was men in that room that was like with their jaws on the floor. Like, I never thought of learning how to have compassion for myself. And I was like, oh my gosh, just witnessing the transformation that was taking place. And I was like, wow, you never thought about self-compassion. So it blessed me. That self-compassion on Wednesday, I'm telling you, it blessed me more than it blessed y'all. I don't know who else got something out of that message on Wednesday, but to God be the glory. I cannot take the credit. God gives me these things, and I am just being an obedient servant, and I am grateful for that. But anyway, I want y'all to move on and enjoy this Friday, despite of the rain, despite of whatever your mood was when you woke up this morning, or your aches and pains or whatever. Just go out here and rock this Friday anyway. You deserve to enjoy this day to the fullest, despite of your circumstances and everything that is going on around you. And I do want to do a message on faith, and just having the faith to move on and believing in yourself. So I'm going to try, really get into it and break that down, because I hear a lot of, like, even my absolute all-time number one motivational speaker. This man has made a difference all across the world. Before he left this earth, he made a major impact on the success of many people. And not only him, but I just hear a lot of people talk about how important believing in yourself and having faith is, period. And that may be something that we lack of as well. Like, we want to do a thing, we want to complete that thing, we want to execute, and I believe that maybe sometimes we allow ourselves to throw roadblocks in the way, or create barriers for ourselves, when ultimately we do not even allow ourselves to try to do the thing that we know we really want to do. So we had to do away with all of that, because without faith, it is going to be impossible for us to move on and to do the thing that we know we need to do. We always think that we either don't have what we need. I don't have enough money, or I'm not pretty enough, or I am not talented enough, or whatever, comparing ourselves to other people, whatever, because we were all born with gifts and talents. And we just have to be obedient enough to learn how to explore our own unique talents and gifts, and not be so worried about being wrapped up in what other people are doing, and living your truth. Do with the thing that makes you happy, the thing that you know that you love to do. Walk in the labor of love. Things that you can do to contribute to this world in your own special way. And without faith, we are not going to be able to execute those things. We will just continue to live with a whole lot of I wish I should have. And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person who wants to, who continues to say, I wish I have done the thing that I really in my heart wanted to do. I'll go out there and do that thing. Like, just go ahead and do it. If it works, it works. I mean, it is way better to aim high and at least almost hit the mark, than to not aim at all, and not even give yourself a chance. I forget who said this, but I did write this in one of my when I was preparing a message one day, and it says, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Like, I mean, how long we gonna keep doing that? If you don't take the shot, you don't even have the chance at winning the game or succeeding in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So it's time for us to come out, to get on out there and practice making a shot. We had to at least practice making a shot. Like, what if you make it on the first chance? What if you make it, period? Sometimes we can be stronger and smarter and have more skills and creativity than we even give ourselves credit for. And it's because we like, oh, I can't do that, or I have to do this. And listen, I have turned down major opportunities to follow my hopes and my dreams and do what I believe that God is calling me to do. Sometimes we are so busy going after money. Financial security is important, but that's like the last thing you need to do. So many other things that you need to do before you become financially successful. Some people pay too much for their finances. Some people give their life as people that are not even here anymore, because they are so busy going after things financially, when we need to learn how to be mentally stable, physically fit, emotionally stable, spiritually connected to our higher being. I do talk about finances, but that's going to come. The finances, that's the easy part. The finances are going to come. What's the point of being financially stable or financially well off if you are depressed, or you are unhealthy, or if you are suicidal, or if you are not spiritually connected to your higher being, or if you are just not happy. I would rather take happiness and joy and peace and the things that money can't buy over financial things. I can be, have not, I can have more peace than I have more finances, and be totally content with where my life is, because God has allowed my life to be surrounded by things that money cannot buy. So money is on the list. Don't get me wrong, money is on the list. I mean, because my main reason why financial security is so important to me is because I know that it will give me the opportunity to help other people. And that is a great way that you can help other people, is if you are financially secure. I have a giving heart. I have my nonprofit organization, A Heart to Give. It's things that I would love to do for the women in the homeless shelters, as well as the men in the homeless shelters, and Christmas giveaways and all that kind of stuff. But more important, I think it's more important for me to go out and speak to them, because I started giving gifts to homeless shelters before I started spreading messages. And I was like, wait a minute, I had to retract that thing. I was like, because you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. So I decided to give at the same time, but I decided to teach a man how to fish too. Like, come on, we have to learn how to do these things on our own. I can give you something, but I can't give you something all the time. I got kids to feed that I had to provide for financially, and everything else. But it is more important for us to learn how to be mentally stable than it is for us to be financially stable. So I just want us to get those things in order and learn how to prioritize those things. Of course, by all means, make your goals and your dreams and your aspirations as big as you would hope for them to be, even if it's financially. But don't lose sight of the fact that there are so many other things that you have to do even before you can enjoy your finances. Like, what if you hit the lottery right now for $5 million? What are you going to do with it? How happy are you going to be? How long is it going to last? Some people are not even in a good place mentally to enjoy $5 million. You would just be able to buy yourself a whole bunch of stuff. But when was the last time were you able to enjoy yourself mentally, or just be happy within yourself, period, by yourself? So we got to learn how to enjoy the pleasures of life. Finances is going to come, resources is going to come, the things that you desire in life on a financial scale, that is going to come. All you have to do is work on yourself. And I look into the lives of many different celebrities, Oprah and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Kanye West and all that kind of stuff. And my daughter tried to call me out on it because she's spiritual as well. She was like, Mom, I don't think you should talk about, how celebrities and, you don't know if they devil worshipers and all that kind of stuff. And people going to talk, and you say whatever you're going to say. But I look into the minds of some of these people, and it is very apparent the work that they did on themselves on a mental scale before they became financially well off and financially successful. Even by some of the things that they say out of their mouths, they would not be there mentally to even speak those words if they had not did some internal work on themselves before they became financially well off. So I don't mind talking about celebrity success, because they worked on themselves too, just like we need to work on ourselves. We want to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor, enjoy our blessings and the things that God has for us on every level. It ain't just about being rich or being financially well off. There are so many other things that come before that. So we just had to believe in ourselves today, you guys. It may seem like it's a lot, but you can baby step that thing. Just like, I'm just really so glad that I did that baby step consistency challenge. That really did something for me as well. It just showed me that I am able to do a thing and be consistent with it and continue to do it and see the effect that it has on my life, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. And I'm like, wow, well, if I can do that, then I can do whatever, anything else that I want to do, So I am going to continue to keep myself encouraged, continue to go after the hopes and dreams of my heart. I am so glad that some of you all are here watching, being able to see my growth, and I want to be encouraging in that kind of way too. I don't want to just sit here and tell you guys a whole bunch of stuff and not grow. I'm literally like growing right in front of you, so I'm not acting like nothing. This is me growing, me utilizing the things that I am learning on the regular basis, and it is basically for those who may have lost hope. I just really want you to know that hope is not lost. Like, there are things that you can do to obtain the level of success in life that you want to obtain. And when I say success, I don't just mean financial success. How happy do you want to be? How long have you been living in chaos and have been fighting with yourself internally or mentally? When is the fight going to be over? When are you going to experience joy and peace and happiness within yourself? When are you going to enjoy life? Are you going to enjoy life while you are still here living? Because it is so much life out here for you to enjoy. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it is up to you whether you're going to take advantage of the opportunities that you have to enjoy life. I can't do it for you. I love my own growth, and I love the fact that God wakes me up every day to be able to enjoy my life on the regular basis, especially after all the hell that I've been through in my life. And I'm like, wow, every day is a gift to me. I suffer with many different things for a very long time, probably before I can even remember, since I was a child. I experienced a lot of suffering in my life, and I am really grateful to be able to be here to enjoy the blessings of my life today. So listen, you ain't got to take it from me. You can try it for yourself. You can try to do the things that you have way deep down in your heart and in your mind, and you can experience the blissfulness and the blessings and the euphoria and the happiness and the peace and the joy and everything that life has for you. The abundance, like plenty of it. You don't have to go around and be like, well, I was happy yesterday, or I had a good day yesterday. That don't mean I'm gonna have a good day today. Or you might automatically think, just because your day was good yesterday, that your week can't be good. Your whole week can be good. You can have a good day every day. There is no lack of it. You just have to go after it. You have to do away with the negativity that has been haunting you for so long, and you have to start picking up the good things that you want within yourself and placing them where they belong. It is all out here waiting for you. So that is it, you guys. Listen, I love y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. I didn't really have one specific aim. I just wanted to pop in and just check on y'all and talk about a few things that I have been thinking about today. Anyway, y'all go out here and enjoy this Friday despite of the rain. Enjoy it anyway. Enjoy the sounds of the rain. Be grateful today. Be grateful for everything that you do have. Don't complain. There's going to be no complaining Friday. That's what we're going to call it today, because we can do too much complaining sometimes. And I'm talking about myself too. I get so mad at my kids. These kids are out of school now, and I'm like, I don't like no nasty house and this and that, and I got to go to work and come home and clean up the house. And I was like, you know what? Let me just gather myself before I knock one of these kids out, and I'm just going to, deal with it accordingly and make it the way that I know I want it to be. Like, they know I don't like no nasty house. If they want a place to live, they gonna clean up this house before I get work, because they can be outside too with the stray cats. I'm not playing with these kids. But anyway, listen, y'all enjoy this Friday. Make the most of it. Smile. Be happy. Laugh with somebody today. Give somebody a hug today. Say something nice to somebody today. When you extend things from yourself, kindness from off of yourself to other people, it makes you happy to make somebody else feel good. Practice it. Practice it today. Prioritize your happiness in every way that you possibly can. So that is it. You deserve to be happy. I don't care what your yesteryear looked like. We talking about a whole new year. You deserve to be happy this year. So that's what we gonna do, y'all. We gonna make the most of it while we are still living. It is so much out here waiting for us. So listen, y'all, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's True Value, Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Also, my books are available on sale on Amazon. That is True Value, Knowing Your Worth on Amazon. You can buy the Kindle version. You can order yourself the paperback version, however you like it. You can listen to it on Amazon. I think that people think they have to have a Kindle device to buy the Kindle version, but you can listen to it on whatever device or read it off of whatever device that you have. If you have an iPad, if you have an iPhone or whatever, you don't have to have a Kindle to buy the Kindle version off of Amazon. So that's True Value, Knowing Your Worth, Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, and Religiously, Religiously, a closer look at spirituality and religion. Excuse me, guys. So that's it. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all look out for more motivational messages. Lord willing, I will be right back here on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, with another life lesson. Enjoy y'all weekend. Celebrate Juneteenth for whoever decides to celebrate. I will be celebrating Juneteenth. My kids was talking about, I was like, wow, what's today? Like, they be on it, boy. So I know here in Dover, we have the Juneteenth Festival on Monday. We also have an African American festival that I have been attending for the past couple years. So I'm gonna be out here celebrating with my people. Listen, I love all people. Don't get me wrong, but I love my people. Listen, if I don't love my people, how I'm gonna love myself? I have to love my people. I am them. We are each other. Like, I am a part of them. I have to love my people. I had to teach my children to love their people as well. Other people love their own cultures and things like that. So we need to love each other more in the African American society and culture. We need to love and support and be there for each other more. So if you have not been in the habit of doing that, now that we are celebrating and lifting up our heritage and our culture in this month of June, join in on celebrating your own kind. And you don't have to be black to do it. Like, whoever, everybody celebrate your own kind, and then we can come together and celebrate each other as well. We need to come together as human beings, period, anyway, and just love on each other. So that's it, you guys. God bless you. I love you. Enjoy this weekend. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.